Woke. This is a word that nowadays strikes fear into many a moviegoer. And thankfully nowadays, if anything comes out being labelled as woke, the projects don't do very well because people like myself and normal people with a working frontal lobe don't want to go and watch it. I can already feel the social justice warriors coming out of the woodworks to attack me right now, so I'm gonna say this now. I personally believe in what, woke used to stand for, where it was like equal chances of getting a role no matter your race, gender, sexuality, getting rid of the whole damsel in distress mantle and having more females as leads. I am fully for that. It's just the way that Hollywood does it now is just shit. It's terrible. It's just not good. The most recent things that come to mind right now are She-Hulk and The Acolyte. She-Hulk was a fan favorite character from the comics. People were really excited about the fact that She-Hulk was getting adapted? Is that a word? Adapted to the big screen, Jesus. And the show came out, and oh my god, it was bad. It was a disservice to the character. The character itself was just a big feminist. That was her entire personality. All she ever done was talk shit about men, how men aren't shit. And it takes every chance it gets to disrespect the male counterpart of this character, which, to be honest, no sexism or anything like that, Marvel. Hulk is better. The Hulk is a character that over the years we have seen go through fucking trial after trial, so much like fucking turmoil to get his powers under control and learn how to contain them, and it was always a struggle for him, but he managed to do it. Now, She-Hulk comes in, not sure if this is part of the comics or not, but she is able to swap and change between her Hulk persona like instantly. And on top of that, she is instantly better than the Hulk at every task that he puts in front of her. And the part that made me really hate the show is when the Hulk is trying to explain how to control anger and giving her tips on how to control her anger, she says this.
Well, here's the thing, Bruce. I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time. When I'm catcalled in the street, when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I do it. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you.
Yep, she said that to the face of the character that in canon we know went through so much problems and turmoil just to get his anger under control, and he even once attempted to take his own life, and the Hulk spat the bullet back out. But how does this fit into Arcane, right? So what are the models of wokeness? We have inclusivity, different races, different sexualities, different genders. And of course, the part about wokeness that I haven't spoke about because it's my least favorite part is the political correctness, or the political views being shoved into the fucking projects. And the show Arcane does these things except for the political views, thank fuck. But it does it well and right, and has the good intentions at heart for making this piece of entertainment and making it progressive without making it feel forced, So just so you know, if you haven't seen the show yet, if you're planning on watching it, I will be saying a few little minor spoilers about the first season. I don't think I'll ever get into any big things. It doesn't really have to do with this video, but that's just a warning. Arcane is a show with a wide variety of characters. They have characters of different races, different genders, different sexualities, and the two main characters that are on opposing sides of this story are both women. And hear this, strong women. And get this, guys, they're fucking sick. They are so cool. Jinx and Violet. Jinx being my favorite of the bunch because she's a fucking headcase, and Violet being a very fucking good character as well in and of herself. And oh, get this, Violet is a lesbian. She fights for the same team. She likes a little bit of that girl on girl action, I must say. And hear this, it's fucking great. Do you want to know why it's great? Which other shows and movies and everything nowadays just don't seem to get? They do not harp on this fact in the show whatsoever. It is never a big statement to be made that Violet is a lesbian. Never. It is just organic. We don't have any preconceptions of if she is even straight. And then she has a moment where she kisses another female character. They weren't trying to force that fact down people's throats about being like, look, she's a lesbian. Look how progressive we are. Look how cool we are. And they were able to do all of that, have a fantastic story, have different diverse characters and different diverse sexualities without trying to make a big deal out of it. They just done it as if this is normal, which it is. It is normal. But the one thing that irritates me me with the modern like woke fucking narrative is whenever they have a female lead and they're trying to make them look like big and strong, they go about it the entirely wrong way. The best way for me to kind of describe it is they take a female and they put her in a role that feels like it was written for a man. And that's not to say it is. I feel like that is just because they are misconstruing what makes a woman strong compared to a man. But in most of the shit nowadays that we see them in, like, they're just handed stuff, you know, like they're just handed power. They don't have to earn anything. They're not putting in the hard work to get to the point at the end of the movie where they just fuck some shit up. Like, take Mulan, for example. The original animated movie was a movie about a woman who wanted to fight with the warriors. She wanted to be a warrior, but because she was a female, she wasn't allowed to participate in the training. So she pretends to be a man. She dresses up like a man and she goes through the training. We see her go through the training. She's terrible at the start. She goes through a lot of hardships, trials and tribulations to get over the fact that she is bad. She put in the work, and then at the end of the movie, we see her as the absolute fucking badass that she is, saving the day, and it's satisfying. It's good. It makes you feel good. Gives you like inspiration and motivation to go and do this type of stuff yourself. Like, just keep putting in the work and you will get there one day. And then take Mulan, the live action remake. This is a perfect showing of what I'm talking about. Like, the modern take on a strong woman versus the old take on a strong woman. Because in this modern day remake, when they already had the foundation laid, they made her an absolute badass from the get-go. Within the first couple of scenes, she's just already able to do all of this like really cool fucking fighting shit. She's just already a badass from the get-go. So where do we have to go from here? How the fuck can a movie from the 19 fucking whatever 80s or some shit that movie came out in be more progressive than a movie we made now? Do you want to know why that is, my friend? Do you want to know why? It is because they are afraid of the woke mob. They are afraid of the backlash they would get, and they feel like they are going to get backlash if they put a woman lead spot and not make her a complete badass out the gate, you know? Because these show writers and script writers and whatnot do not care about being progressive. They just don't. So there are some people out there that just don't give a shit and just want to, you know, throw the woman in a movie just because they want to get the brownie points and don't actually care about making it a good character whatsoever, or a good movie at that, like Captain Marvel, for example. Fucking shit show. And all of these shows and movies and everything that have this woke label in front of them always have the same comeback when their show and movie does bad. They call us racist, they call us misogynistic, they call us transphobic, even if a transgender isn't even in the movie. All of the ists and isms they just fucking throw at us just because we say their movies are ass and their characters are ass. But then we have something like Arcane, who does the exact same thing on paper, but people love it. And why is that? Because it's actually good, you know? Like, it's not that hard to understand. How can we be racists and sexist and misogynistic and whatever istics you want to throw at me if we all look at one movie and say it's bad and it's terrible, and then we look at Arcane and we love it? How can we be sexist then? Because the main two characters of the show go through so much shit. They go through a lot of ups and downs. We see them from their humble beginnings to where they are today, and how much shit they had to go through to get there. We had to see it. Jinx and Violet are not perfect characters. They have like problems. They have their own faults. They make mistakes. They learn from their mistakes. Some things they're very good at, other things not so much. And that goes for every single character in the show. White, black, Asian, fucking furry, whichever one you want to choose from, the same guidelines apply. They are human. They're not this like fake ideology of like what a powerful woman should be like. You're not supposed to like look up to these characters. They're supposed to be diabolical at times. Like Jinx, like she's supposed to be diabolical. And the show doesn't shy away from that. And I feel like if anyone that had any sort of woke mentality joined that fucking crew and was making Arcane, she would have been way too afraid to have the female character be a fucking like arsonist, you know? Like, because she wants people to think the fucking rainbow shine out of every woman's ass, you know? Every person in this show, no matter their race, sexuality, as I said, anything, whatever you can think of, they are all treated with respect, They are all treated with dignity and they are all treated the same. And I don't get why that's so hard for modern day fucking cinema to understand. Like, we don't care about the fact that you are trying to bring female leads into movies and stuff like that. That doesn't bother me at all. Like, as I said, I'm straight. I honestly would prefer looking at a woman over like John Wick for like 3 hours, you know? But it has to be done well and with love and care and like traits that are actually women. Like, they're like woman traits. A lot, like, there's so many masculine traits being put on these fucking female leads, and it just makes no sense. What's wrong with women being womanly? What's weak about women being womanly? They never once wear a dress. They never speak about makeup. They never talk about boys or anything like that. Like, simple things that women do all around the world, and same with men. Why is that so hard to put into movies and stuff nowadays? Because like, if I have a daughter in the future, I would want her to have an actual like woman role model to look up to in movies. Maybe a superhero like me with Spider-Man, you know? Like, I look up to Spider-Man unironically. Like, I love that fucking character. And if my daughter could have something like that in the future, or my niece who is growing up now, I'm all for that. Like, I'm sure most people are. Like, for example, my mother was the strongest person I knew in the world, hands down. There's no one even close. She went through so much shit over the years, diagnosed with different diseases, sickness after sickness after sickness, money problems, and then also having to raise me and my brother. And she done it all with a smile on her face. She was always making sure that we felt like we were having fun. Like, we were never shown into the inner workings of the adult life, you know? We had a great childhood because of that. And she is, without a doubt, as I said, the strongest person I have known and will ever know. And she's a woman. And get this, she loved getting her hair done. She loved getting her nails done. She loved fucking, you know, reading the smut books, which it makes me feel weird. She loved the true crime documentaries, Murder, She Wrote, the fucking, you know, crime mystery show. All of these things are women characteristics. Most women like at least some of those things. And not once have I ever looked at her and been like, no, she's a woman. She can't be strong. So that's my 2 cents on how to make woke less of a joke, you know? Write characters with the thaw of the younger generation growing up with this character. Give that character certain womanly traits that will help those children growing up, and don't just focus on the character being the strongest in the room. Let other male characters help them out. Let other characters in general help them out. Let them fail. Let them go through fucking trials and tribulations. Let them go through like actual loss or whatever, you know? Like, just give the characters traits that would make younger generations of women want to be like her. Like, when the character fails and gets back up and like triumphs over her fucking enemies and eventually wins the day or whatever, that's going to be instilling a great message into kids' heads, women especially, where it's like, don't give up. Like, failing happens. It's part of the territory. Like, just keep going and going and going until you eventually get there. That's a fantastic fucking message for young women in the future. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know down below what you guys think of it. If there are any of the diverse groups that I spoke of watching this video, let me know what you think down below. Let me know your thoughts on all of what I said. Now, don't be afraid to leave your opinion down below. Like, I'm here giving my opinion on the internet like willy-nilly, like I don't really care. So I hope you all feel comfortable enough to let me know your opinions down below, because I want a discussion, boys, a debate. Don't shout at me, just have a debate with me. But yeah, before I finish this video, if you haven't seen Arcane, latest season just came out. There's 3 more episodes to come. Man, watch it. Give it a fucking watch. You will not regret it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Comment down below what you thought of the video. Comment down below what you want to see in the next video. And if you like my face and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 1K by the end of the year. And if we get there, I'm going to be jumping out of a plane and bringing you along for the ride. Oh my god, I forgot to breathe. Anywho, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's been EXO. I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one, folks.